And we are back from the break, ready for the party to break camp. And Braxon, you had some questions about using the tree steed as a battering ram, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that like have the tree steed on its own ram the door, or like people pick it up and smash the door?
It was more that if we get to the tower and we want to attack the tower, we can't really carry the tree steed up the side of the tower, can we?
No, but it stays inactive where if it's left out of range of me, then it just becomes inactive.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
unless you needed to carry stuff, you
You
could
would
just leave
have
it in the
to,
camp.
yeah,
what sort of range have you got on it?
30 foot yards.
So when
Or
we get a bit closer to the tower, maybe you could be on the bottom balcony and get it to be banging on a door.
I think you'd just leave it in the camp.
We could leave it in the camp. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking
If you
about.
want to use it as a battering ram, you pick it up and you use it as a battering ram. It's not going to be a very good battering ram, though.
So it can't knock doors down by itself.
No, it doesn't have an attack.
Oh, okay.
It has hit points. It has an armor class.
Yeah. Yeah, but some things that can't attack can still break things.
It
And you
can't
set it on
move. It can't
fire.
with it can't move with that kind of force.
Right,
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, the telekinesis spell, you could use it as a. Oh,
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay, so Finn, do you wanna shape change and set off right now, like as the camp is being broken and everyone's setting out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do Blessed Watchfulness and Sacred Guardian on him.
Okay.
This is the start of the day. It shouldn't really affect
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Boys. And I will also cast Break Campsite to expertly hide our traces.
Okay. Does it have any specific information about being,
It
like
says
this?
it leaves no trace
Okay.
for a number of people, which I can encompass the group. But I don't know if you class the donkeys people.
Just tell me how many it can encompass, and I'll decide.
28.
Oh, yeah, I think that's fine.
I think we had the group at like 24-ish.
Yes. Yeah.
That was about donkeys, so.
Yeah. But no, that's fine. I mean, it's close enough. Not too concerned. Okay. So you cast the Break Campsite spell, and the dwarves lead you down, back down the slope you came, and then to a very narrow defile that you carefully make your way through to get to the other side of the mountain range. And Finn, for shape changes into what are you gonna shape change into?
Probably a falcon.
Okay. And you set off on your flight. What are you going to be looking for specifically?
Specifically, I'm going to look for someplace nearby the tower. Not too close, but close enough to be within range of getting there quickly.
A good campsite.
Yeah.
Basically.
And
Okay.
preferably one that is fully concealed from view, like a cave or something like that.
Okay. And looking for anything along the path itself.
Yep.
Like looking for stuff further out. Okay. And what about the tower itself? What do you want to be looking for?
I will take a circle around the tower.
Okay.
Get a good look at all sides.
Okay.
And then I will find a spot nearby to do my commune.
So you do want to land and do your commune, or do you want to do this commune, like a spot to do the commune later?
I'll probably do this commune later.
Okay.
Have more up-to-date information when we go.
So you're pretty sure that, and you're going to look for a second campsite for the trip that the party's going to take? Okay.
Yes.
You're pretty sure that the ground that they will cover to that second campsite, wherever it will be close enough to the tower that you could do your commune there. Or you could wait until the first campsite would be close enough, but the second campsite absolutely would.
Okay.
So it would be your choice whether you basically do it tonight or tomorrow night. Okay.
Probably tomorrow night.
Okay. Give me 3 intelligence checks and 3 wisdom checks, please.
Side note,
All right.
best
We will
watchfulness.
start with the intelligence checks.
Okay. Yeah, and Lafdul, while he's rolling that, about blessed watchfulness.
It says it gives you exceptional powers of observation and alertness, but obviously it doesn't actually say.
I'm taking that
get
into
a
account.
bonus.
It's right.
Yeah.
No, it's just basically the dungeon master takes that into account.
Yeah.
So I'm taking that into account.
Good. Okay, none of those worked.
Wow.
And then for wisdom.
3 wisdom. Oh, FOR. Okay, sorry.
Wow, the dice do not like me today.
No, they don't. Okay. All right. So you don't find a cave that would be good for the. That's very close. There is a cave, but it would be like 4 hours walk away from the tower. You do see some other spots that would give concealment from the tower itself, but not that full concealment like a cave would if they send out a patrol that happens to circle in your area. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they would spot the camp. There might be things that you guys can do, but there is definitely nothing that you see real close to the tower that would be ideal. You do make some mental notes about the trip that the party will take, some good tips that you can give them to stay concealed on the way, and you do find a good campsite for the intermediate part of the trip. So
Okay.
basically, when you get back to the party, you'll be able to give them some options on what they want for the campsite by the tower. Now you circle the tower. You can definitely see that they do not have very many people out and about in the daylight. And they're definitely keeping to shadows and stuff like that. You do get a good view of the tower, and I will describe that when you get back to the party as if you're telling everyone else. How high above the tower, not like actually above the tower, but to get a view of the top of the tower, how high would you want to go?
Well, seeing as I'm in a raptor form, I can fly pretty high, so I'd probably go up a good ways.
Okay. And how close to the tower do you want to go?
That I'm not going to get too close because I know about the winds and don't want to inadvertently stray into them.
Okay. So about the winds, you're not sure exactly how high they go, but they go pretty high. So it is not something that you could easily fly over and go down in, kind of thing.
I'll also observe the grass near the tower to see if I can figure out roughly where the line of wind starts.
There's
and how far
not
out it
a
is.
whole lot of grass. It is very, very barren. Whether that's intentional or whether it's just very, very rocky, for one thing. Now, it's entirely possible that one of the side effects of this wind is that it's like blowing away the topsoil, kind of thing. But it's also high up in the mountains. There's just not a whole lot there. You can estimate that it's about 20 feet thick, the line of wind. And it does go, if not right down to the bottom of the ground, pretty close. But given the ground, like, there's, it's rough terrain, so you think that there might be some spots that you could crawl under in somewhat safety. But that's something that, like, you might have to actually get down on the ground and really look at. But given how rough it is, like, wind kind of, it can't really go down into a little gully and stuff like that. So there might be some spots that, with some effort, might be able to crawl under. Now, from way up high, you can see that the top of the tower has a circular, like, torus-shaped roof. Of that very top level, which there is like open exposed platforms. It would be very difficult it's so high that it's very difficult to get good like arrow and crossbow shots up there. So it's kind of okay that it's exposed from a defensive perspective. But there's some wide open areas, and from way up high, you can see a very large red crystal suspended in the center there. This crystal is much larger than a man.
Okay, and this is like on the roof, or?
So the very top level basically forms a torus. So you've got like a donut-shaped top, and in that the center of that is the crystal, so that from down below, you can't actually see the crystal, like it doesn't stick out above the roof. But from above, getting a view down at it, you can see that it is there in the center of that. And given what you know, it's reasonable to conclude that that is the origin of the red glow.
Yep. No, it must be some other red shiny thing that's making the red glow.
So you're not close enough to get a view too much more than that down that center. And that giant red crystal does dominate that part.
Okay.
But at least you may have an idea of what your target is now.
Yep.
Okay, anything else that you specifically want to ask about looking at or anything like that?
I'd probably look for the best approach to the area as well. Best approach to the tower.
Okay. So you do realize that at the base of the tower there is a small door. And it's in kind of like you've got the basic tower and there's like a side tower kind of attached to it. It only forms like a semicircle sticking out. And that there's a door in that. It's about the size of a single person entering. So this is not like a large gate that you'd bring in carts and stuff like that. But it is something that someone could walk in. Obviously, it is protected by this wind, and there's obviously going to be other protections there, but there is that single door down at the base. And the obvious easiest approach to the tower would lead to that door. So they put that in that spot, kind of thing.
Okay.
And you can also see further up, there are some platforms sticking out that do appear to be, like, given what you were told by Braxon and Ingritha and the others on watch, you'd guess that is where, like, one of these is where the dragonfly or damselfly was docked. So they're like makeshift docks to a ship that would come in there.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. So you fly back to the party, and you will get to them in the very late afternoon as they're closing in on the spot that you saw that would make a good camping spot.
Okay.
It is almost completely covered. So it's not exactly a cave, but there's a very good overhang. Creates a lot of shadow and stuff like that. So returning to the party, you're able to lead them to that spot. And is there anything that anyone wants to do for camp setup specifically? The trip was very laborious, but not but
Well,
otherwise
before we left,
uneventful.
Laura would have cast Idea.
Okay. Before or
Probably
after?
No, as just before we're about to leave, basically.
Okay.
Anything obvious?
The idea would have been make sure you get it from a high vantage of the tower, but Finn did that, so.
Yeah, for the actual campsite itself, Loire is casting Create Campsite, but he can only do up to 15, so it's not going to be as inclusive.
Okay.
15 people, so some people are going to have to make campsite or some kind of... So basically it'll be imperfect.
Right. No, I understand. Anything anyone else wants to do for part of the campsite camping procedure?
Oh, he's got the other spell as well, the Bronze Brazier spell, Darkfire.
Mhm.
So we can have...
Yes, I understand.
Meals.
Hey, buddy.
Anyone else have anything that they want to do specifically for the setup for the camp?
Oh, for setting up the new camp?
Yeah.
No.
After
Okay.
it's set up, I have something.
I'm sorry?
I said after it's set up, I have something.
Okay. All right. So you get with the spell and the dwarves. You guys make pretty short work of setting up the camp. What do you guys want to then do afterwards? Lankas, you go ahead and go first since you wanted to do. You said you had something.
Yeah. So I'll no, wait till people are about to kind of go to bed, and then I'll cast Vacancy, so things will basically the area will look abandoned. Basically,
Okay.
it doesn't hide people, but it hides objects.
Okay. Okay. I will take that into account.
Sorry, I just started choking. Did we get the invisibility on us when we came here?
No one said anything about casting invisibility for the trip.
Okay. Fair enough.
No.
All right. So Finn tells you that
Probably
he
shouldn't have
has
done that. Oh well.
some options for camping. So he saw a very good campsite that would be give you a lot of really good cover, but it's about 4 hours walk away from the tower. There are some other campsites, potential campsites that are a lot closer. Like the best would be like 1 hour away, but they're not as you wouldn't be able to hide as much and stuff like that. You'd be much more likely to be noticed.
When you say much more likely to be noticed because it has no hard cover, I guess.
Yeah. So like he found places that you could camp that are basically down in a gully kind of thing, so that someone on the tower wouldn't see you, and if you don't have smoke, then there would be no sign from the tower, but someone flying above would have a much easier time spotting you. Whereas the one that's 4 hours away is about is much better. It's got that cover much like you found tonight.
Could creative use of a plant growth spell to make a canopy?
The problem is that there's not a whole lot of plants around here. So it would be like
that.
in and of itself, in and of itself, it would stand out like a moving fog. Like a fog is normal, but if it moves unnaturally, it's going to be obvious. All of this plant growth right there would be unnatural.
I didn't know. Obviously, I misunderstood the environment. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken that spell. I thought we were going for like a forested mountain range.
Oh no. I have said multiple times there are very few trees.
Misheard. Yeah, I heard that part, but I didn't know there were no plants. So.
Well, it's not that there's no plants. It's just that like we're talking moss and lichens, maybe some grasses. Small grasses, small small shrubs, stunted trees here and there, but it's very barren. It's very barren.
My guess is that the 4 hours away campsite would be better for people sleeping and preparing spells, because it will be easier for us to defend it, and they're not gonna search all the land in a 4-hour walking radius during the night. Well, there might be a patrol come past, but there's slightly less risk. And if that's in line with any of the other places, we could maybe move to those places once we've all got up to get closer. But I think we'd be better off in a place that's more easily defended.
Yeah, we can always use the other places like a forward attack.
Yeah, well, it might be in a different direction. I don't know where Finn said each one was, but it might be that we would have to go past the tower to get to one of the other places.
Yeah, none of them are set up in a great location like that. Closest thing would be kind of tangential to the tower, so you wouldn't have to go around the tower, but you'd be going crosswise by the tower kind of thing. Not terribly close, you could keep, depending on the size of your group, you could keep concealed and stuff like that, but
yeah.
The problem is that would eat up a lot of time.
And didn't you say that Finn saw some cracks where we might be able to crawl underneath the wind?
Well, so wind just naturally doesn't like to go down and fill up a gully kind of thing. It's the same reason why they say, if there's a tornado coming, you get down into a gully, you get down into a ditch.
Yeah.
For safety.
Yeah.
So, it's rough terrain. So there are spots like that where you can, you might be able to get under the wind relatively safely.
Yeah.
To then get to the other side of the cylinder of wind.
Sounds silly. Well, it's a hypothetical question. Maybe a spellcraft check. But could I essentially give a task to once we're closer, if I summoned the earth element or via the stone or whatever, could I task it to find us another cave that's closer to the tower, for example?
I mean, you could try, but it depends on how long the earth elemental's around.
Yeah.
Finn moves a lot faster than an earth elemental does by flying.
Yeah, well, I assumed the earth elemental just... What do we know of earth elementals, then? Do we know that they can go through the ground?
You would suspect so, but I don't know that you'd know exactly how that works.
Right,
if you can summon an earth elemental, or maybe there's that stick that Braxon just got. He hasn't used yet.
Stick.
Some magic item that can move.
Yeah, I've just got a stone, it summons an elemental.
Move the ground. No, what might be useful if we've got access to an earth elemental is if there's a ditch that goes under the wind, they might be able to make that bigger to make it easier for us to get underneath the wind.
Yeah, I could carve it out, I guess.
Yeah.
I also got the rabbit and dig spells and stuff and potions.
Yeah, yeah. So one of
rod.
those things might help us get underneath. I can just imagine the rabbit just getting blown away.
Does it summon a rabbit, or does that statue become the rabbit?
The statue becomes a rabbit.
Yeah, Solas is going to go, my rabbit! Is it just... We watch it go past 50 times as it circles around the tower.
So another possibility would be leaving the dwarves at the further away one.
Yeah.
And moving in. But so keep in mind that with 4 hours to the tower, that's 4 hours in, 4 hours back. So
yeah.
And
Really
any
should-
travel is going to be more likely to be spotted than no travel kind of thing.
Yeah.
We've only got like another day or something, or day and a half to do stuff.
Yeah.
Right now you've got 3 days before the Dwarven army arrives. So 1 day to get to wherever you decide to camp next, and then 2 days to figure things out.
Did the dwarves give us any idea what way they're marching from? At least the ones above ground.
It's going to be somewhat
Same
similar, not the
Yeah.
same route because there's going to be more of them. They're going to be taking an easier path. You actually expect that you'll be able to spot the signs of the incoming army tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, kind of thing.
I'm thinking.
If we're gonna do any kind of havoc, we gotta do it today.
I'm thinking.
Well, you
that
still need another day to get there.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm
Braxon.
thinking if we move up to that camp that's 4 hours away, and we've got 1 extra day, we're talking about whether anybody wants to scout in and try and get underneath the wind barrier.
No, okay. So you'll spend 1 day to get to wherever you decide to camp.
Yeah.
Then you have 2 days to do things. And then essentially on that third day, the morning of that third day is when the dwarves attack.
Yeah. And we have to attack as well.
Side note, we could try taking out the scouts that are flying about. The scouts just didn't return. Yeah, it's going to be suspicious, but it's better than them reporting an army returning.
That will raise the alarm.
Yeah, it will, but it'll be less.
If we're going to take out the scouts, maybe we take out the scouts the day the dwarves are coming.
Basically, on that night.
Yeah.
If we
And then
haven't risen
that
the
way-
alarm by then.
That way they haven't come back yet, and then the dwarves arrive.
Yeah. It gives them less time to react, so.
What about this idea of making some of us look like Finnel'ar with illusions?
Solas will do that.
Right.
Only
Because if we were able to take out the patrol on the day the dwarves are coming and make some of us look like Finnel'ar, even if we can't fly, if we walk in and we look like Finnel'ar that have got damaged wings or whatever, and wave at them and get some people to come out and they take down the wind barrier, we might be able to take out some more of them.
Well, it's pretty a universal rule amongst most semi-natural flying creatures. If they're injured, they generally can't fly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I don't know how good people are at the illusion stuff, but if we were able to do that, we could have some people walking in looking like they're injured, and
Yeah, that's easy enough.
if they take down the wind barrier, that gets some of us in. That will give us the element of prize. Obviously, the illusion's going to fail as soon as anyone attacks, and it might fail anyway if they've got ways to see through illusion.
Yeah, but it'll be surprise on.
Yeah, but we've got a chance of a good surprise attack then. I don't know about whether we leave the dwarves at the first camp or the second camp. I'd be tempted to say the second camp, and then they could team up with the army as the army comes in, and they're only 4 hours away. But I'm quite happy if people want to vote on it, because some people might think it's better to leave them at the first camp. Depends on how big the second cave is.
If we can, find another cave.
Okay,
Yeah.
vote on exactly what? I'm sorry.
Whether we leave the dwarves at the first cave or the second cave.
So, okay, you mean campsite.
Campsite, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So, like the spot that Finn saw that's about 4 hours away, there is a cave of sorts, but it's much more that there's just a big overhang that's very good at shadowing and hiding anything that's underneath it.
Okay.
Second campsites are basically just you'd be behind, like down in a gully kind of thing, down below something that prevents anyone in the tower from seeing you. But if something flew above you, there's no inherent protection there. There's nothing like above you to block that. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that someone notices you. It just means that there's nothing there to hide your presence from directly above or from the other side, like if something's flying back.
I definitely want to go to the second campsite that's 4 hours away where we've got concealment so that people can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But again, don't mind having a vote on that.
Okay, so you also do have 2 days to do things once you get to that campsite, so you could decide to move elsewhere. So, vote on going to that campsite for the next day.
Yeah.
Is that good? All right. All right. Braxon?
Going to that, so, yeah, I vote for going to that campsite.
All right. Darrakar? Darrakar? You're muted?
Sorry about that. I said same. I also vote for going to that campsite.
All right. Lankas?
So the sure.
Okay. I mean, at least for the next day, you'd be going to that safer campsite. And you can always decide what to do in the following 2 days. All right. Ockar?
I don't really have any thoughts or ideas.
All right. Finn?
Finn's for the further campsite.
Okay. Lafdul? Yes or no?
Yeah, the closer one.
Well, this would be the further away one. The safer one.
Yeah.
At least for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Finn shares his observations of the route you can take to that spot. In addition, Finn, you described the tower in much more detail since you did get a lot closer. So you saw that small gate at the base. About halfway up the tower, the stonework walls are interrupted by one of these exposed galleries. There is it doesn't get narrow at that point. It's just exposed, but there is a stone wall around it to protect anyone from missile fire and stuff like that. But you could clearly see doors to get into the tower at that point. And you could definitely see that there were people moving around in there, keeping to the shadowed sections and stuff like that, not, trying to avoid going out into, the bright parts of it. The tower does continue up, but it does begin to narrow up there, and basically each time the tower narrows, there is another one of these walkways, promenades, and you couldn't be sure from, when you were looking with the spy glasses, whether you had ramps or stairs on the exterior. Finn, you were definitely able to tell that they were stairs. And they are on the exterior. So there's a lot of different ways to attach ropes or grappling hooks or things like that to get up the exterior of the tower. And then near the top, there's much larger exposed sections as it gets to the very top floor, which is just a ring of probably rooms or something like that at the very top, surrounding that giant red crystal. So does anyone have any questions that Finn could expand upon, i.e. me, from observations that he might have had?
He doesn't have spellcraft. I was going to say, does this thing look like like an artifact or something?
There's no real way to tell whether something is an artifact until you start exploring the powers.
Yeah, well, I assume something of significant power would.
There's literally no way to An artifact is more is to a certain extent just a powerful magical item created by powerful entities or with a substantial history. Like, as far as he could tell, as far as any of you would be able to tell, it's a giant crystal.
Yeah. So when you said it in your question, do you mean about questions about what Finn saw?
Yes, about what Finn saw, observations he can make, stuff that I could share that, yeah.
Okay, so my questions would be the balcony things that seem to be launch pads for taking off. Is there anything for us to tie a rope on those? I know there was no crenellations, but is there anything else that we'd be able to tie ropes onto?
So let me take a quick look.
From the point of view of climbing
Yes.
up and then
Yes.
helping the
There
people up.
are some on some of the exposed parts that where it, like, up near the top. Every time you're getting one of these, you know, external promenades, external walkways, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The tower then gets smaller, but about midway up, it doesn't. So there are pillars holding up the next level.
Right. So we could tie around the pillars.
Yeah, pillars or like holding up either the next level or the roof, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some parts of it are roof, some parts of it are just next level. And there are three like small towers sticking out from the sides, but not taller than the main tower.
Right. Okay. So that might be they're big enough for people to fit in, so that might be a thing where they can use those towers to attack us with arrows or something.
Yes. Some of them definitely could function as extra watchtowers that come out a little bit to get a better view around the tower.
Yeah. Do they have walkways between those towers and the main tower, or are they connected under the ground?
They stick out a bit. It's like 60% at most.
So they're still part of it,
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
like a starfall, a thing that sticks out.
Or have you ever seen like a round medieval tower and there's like a smaller attached tower and that's where the spiral staircase is going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but a little bit on a larger scale.
Okay. Well, then my other question would be, so those supports that hold the next thing up don't go all the way to the top.
No,
I'm
so
thinking if we tried to scale the outside, and you said the red glowing crystal was on the roof.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how easy it would be for us to go all the way up the outside and onto the roof with scaling up with ropes and stuff.
So you would probably need to use something like a grappling hook at the very top, but halfway up you could attach ropes if you wanted to get to that point.
Well, Braxon did bring his magic rope this time.
Yeah.
But I don't think that could necessarily grab onto everything, could it?
No, it's the equivalent of like multiple grappling hooks we've got on the tree steed's inventory, which is on the donkeys anyway. So
yeah, no. Well, I was mainly thinking go up with the magic rope and then tie a normal rope, and basically make loads of ropes from balcony to balcony to get people up.
So the big issue is that like there aren't any pillars to tie a rope around up further up, like a column or anything like that. But all of the walkways do have walls, and a grappling hook would very easily attach to those walls.
Right. So we could get some of the way up with Brax's magic rope, but then it would need someone with a grappling hook.
Yeah. Now, about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way up, at that point, which is a floor or two above where the pillars are, it looks like there is a way up entirely on the outside by stairs, like that spiral around the outside kind of thing.
Right.
So you could get up part of the way and then just like hoof it up the stairs, but you're also much more likely to encounter like patrols and stuff like that on those.
Yeah.
spots.
But that might be a thing where if someone's invisible,
Yep.
and they're able to get past people.
Yeah.
Although, like, ropes are kind of not invisible.
True, but at
Just
the
a
same time,
question.
just a real quick second. Like someone could carry a grappling hook with rope attached to it invisibly up, and then like rather than throw a grappling hook up and catch it, they could hook it and then drop the rope down.
Yeah.
So you could always do that. Finn, you had a question?
Yeah, could Braxton's rope just go up with a grappling hook already attached to it?
No, it can't attach that way. It has to tie.
Oh.
Okay.
So like it'll snake out and tie around something, but it needs to have something it can tie onto.
Right. So I can't cheat by tying the magic rope to a grappling hook
And have it snake up to that point? No.
Because it doesn't know what the grappling hook is, I suppose.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I do
question.
carry a silk rope and a grappling hook in my bag of pouch of accessibility. But I could, in theory, have one grappling hook and rope, but that's just one.
I have
mean-
some rope and a grappling hook as well.
So again, like you can take ropes, tie them together to get a longer if you need more than 50 feet. Which, if you were going to attach a rope onto the lowest part, at which point you could get all the way up by the outside walking, you would still need more than 50 feet. You could tie them together, and if you want an easier time climbing for other people, you can also knot it along the way.
Yeah.
So it's more like a ladder.
Hey, Lankas,
Yeah.
with your spider climbing boots, couldn't you just walk up the side of...
Oh my gosh, yes, I probably could.
Yeah,
and just literally just put...
I was
grappling
thinking
hook
something
attached?
similar where I could use.
Why did I not-
I could use Airwalk Scroll to send somebody like walking around the side of the tower until they can get to a spot where they can tie off the rope.
I don't know why that did not occur to me.
And as always, Finn has several animal forms that are really good at climbing too.
Yeah. Or flying.
Okay, so there's a number of ways that we could get somebody on top while other people were creating a diversion, and it doesn't especially matter who gets on top. So we could change. We could adjust what we're doing depending on who gets spotted and who doesn't get spotted. And then if someone can get to the top, then we just need them to disable the big gemstone thing.
Yeah, and if you're doing this at right when the dwarves are getting to the tower, you could also have like if you had like 10 ropes hanging down on one portion, dwarves could start climbing up too.
Yeah.
Especially if you can secure the top part.
Yeah.
And then once they're up there, they can spread out and start fighting the enemies.
Yeah. Here's a stupid question. If that's a big gemstone, does anyone have a spell that uses a gemstone as a material component that they can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
You can't do that.
cast? No?
No, you can't do
That
that.
would be way too...
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. I just thought, big gemstone does bad thing.
No, if something is magical and operating that way, it would not be used as a gemstone, as a material component. Like if you had a 50 gold piece diamond that was the center of a gem of brightness, that's what the gem of brightness was, it would never be used up in a chromatic orb spell.
Fair enough.
If you tried to cast a chromatic orb spell and that's the gem that you're holding and stuff like that, the spell would just fail. It wouldn't work.
Okay. So what do people think? Do we want to try to take the gemstone intact so the dwarves can use the wind to defend the tower after we've gone, or
Okay, the
Dwarves aren't
crystal
Yeah.
it's not a single crystal, so it's not like a single, like it's a single piece, but it's not like, if you get a hexagonal quartz crystal kind of thing, just that one shaft. It's got a lot of protrusions and stuff like that. And it's big,
Yeah.
random
It
thought.
would dwarf Darrakar.
Right.
Finn, this is a question of you might be able to answer for Finn, but I'll word it towards Finn. Did that crystal look like it contained a spirit? I.e.,
He didn't get
did
that
you
close.
describe it enough for us if we can make a spellcraft check?
He did not get that close to make out those kind of details. He did not want to risk that wind.
Alright.
I mean, what you can tell even without rolling a spellcraft check is that if the crystal is itself either the source of the magic or the focus of the magic, like the magic could be coming from some other thing and just focused through it, and that's the interface. Regardless, if you destroy it, the magic wouldn't work anymore. Now, you could also do something like bring up an anti-magic shell around it, and that it would cease functioning while in that. You could dispel magic, and it would cease functioning for a couple rounds. But the best way would definitely be destroying it, from what Finn described.
Finn, your weather prediction said it might rain at some point, right?
Nope. Said it was
Nope.
going to be clear.
Oh. I was looking at the rainbow spell for the bridge. I mean, I've got it on a scroll, but also be a source if there's natural rainbow.
It could only make the bridge in with if there's a natural rainbow in the area.
Oh no, you could substitute it with a diamond.
Oh.
But I've got it on the scroll, so I assume it had the substituted value.
Yes.
Could you summon a rain that would lead to a rainbow appearing shortly afterwards once the rain's passed? You think you're good enough with the weather to do that? Because then you could facilitate a rainbow spell to make a bridge for dwarves to go straight into the tower. I'm just trying to think into your wheelhouse of you don't have a rainbow, but you might be able to make a rainbow given your ability now.
I assume he's looking at spells now.
Yeah.
Finn?
Yeah, I know you can do summon weather, but that's 6th level.
Yeah, there's one I think that's a lower level that might do what we're looking for. I just have to find it.
Okay, while he's looking, does anyone have any ideas for taking care of the crystal?
I mean,
I guess if
spell magics.
I guess if we're going to break it, Braxon can use the stick of many buttons to smash it.
Or even just if it's let me start again. Did it look like it was held in place or was it fixed in place? Can you destroy supports?
It was hard to say whether it was floating there or held in place by something that he couldn't really see.
Most likely it'd be stone or metal most.
You know, if I'm going to be playing with the weather anyway, if I can get a storm coming.
Call lightning?
Yeah, I mean, you can do call lightning.
Problem is, I'm not sure if that messes with one of my spells, since I was planning to have Sunscorch prepared as a combat spell. And I think I need sunlight to do that?
Yeah, you need sunlight.
And a storm would cover up the sun.
But if you knew ahead of time that I was going to summon a storm,
you'd swap that spell out, yeah.
Then I could swap out the spell. I currently have it prepared, but I can swap it out for a different spell.
This is when Finn puts the storm on half the tower.
I mean, he literally can.
I would have to use a 6th level spell to get the wind happen, or get a storm to happen. Actually, what season are we in?
Spring.
Oh, I could call all kinds of fun stuff then.
Yeah, was it late spring or early spring? Aren't you saying it's leaning towards later spring?
Yes.
Thus, in spring, a tornado, thunderstorm, sleet storm, or hot weather could be summoned.
Tornado probably couldn't because of the mountains. I don't think the winds would form right for a tornado.
That's okay. They're rather unpredictable anyway.
Yeah. But you could
Just
certainly get a
rolling spell for
rainstorm that you could
Details.
you could certainly get a rainstorm that you could call lightning from.
I'm thinking a bolt from that lightning could do quite a number on that crystal.
If you're intending to do a rainstorm, then I'll probably swap out Sunscorch for.
Well, remember, you got a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us really.
Yeah, because I definitely have to cast that ahead of time because it takes at least 4 turns just for the trend to start happening.
Yeah.
And if we're
And
doing that,
the
then we're not gonna be casting anything like Ivy Siege, right?
Right,
No, 'cause
because
that's
that would
6th level.
use up my 6th level spot.
And I
Oh,
thought
I think
that
I think we had determined that we weren't going to do Ivy Siege anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, so like that tower is very big. Ivy Siege would probably not do a whole lot. It might open up a hole at best that the dwarves could go in, but it certainly could not destroy the tower.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, when I do this, I definitely have to cast the weather summoning ahead of time because it takes between 6 and 17 rounds for the weather to show up.
Oh boy. Okay, so that is a possibility. The problem is that you don't know how lightning will interact with the crystal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, only one way to find out.
True.
Plus, can you make the lightning stay away from the dwarves? Do you actually get to control each lightning bolt?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Well, he can
Okay.
control the lightning bolts with the call lightning. Normal lightning could still happen on its own.
I have a question. Do I actually have? I have access to Wind Servant. Does that allow me? Does that allow me to like control the wind? Could I make the wind like not as powerful?
That's like a first level spell, isn't it?
It's a 3rd level spell.
It's 3rd level. I mean, that's not going to be able to affect the whole column, regardless. With a low level
Unless I'm looking at
spell,
the wrong-
the best thing you could get is like something like a passage through. Like you may be able to cause the wind to abate at a small portion and allow you to walk through rather than crawl through, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, a thing I could do is create a wind servant and have it carry like a rope or something up through the wind tunnel. Maybe.
Hold on a second. Is that elemental air?
It's elemental air. I'm looking at what it does. It allows you. It can carry. I was looking at the wrong one when I said like the wind speed. That was the wizard version that can control wind. This one's more like creating like a wind pet that could like carry stuff or extinguish flames.
Yeah, I'd have to actually read it. I'll take a look at it, but
It can also be used to make medium or smaller flying creatures be forced to land.
right. I mean, that might do something to the column that allows you to pass through, kind of thing at best, but it's not going to it can't affect the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that probably wouldn't be powerful enough to destroy the crystal either if you try to interact with it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll look at my other spells, see if I figure out anything.
So we've got the potential for a lightning bolt on the crystal. But what other ideas might you have? And the other problem is that, like, with the wind, this cylinder of wind around the tower, you're not sure how that would interact with the a storm that you brought in either.
Yeah.
Were any of us able to get like an idea of what's holding the crystal in place?
No.
Like I
Okay.
said, Braxon's happy to do the brute force approach, but probably not if Finn's going to start setting.
Well,
setting
it's
lightning
possible
bolts
that
at the top of the
it's
tower.
possible that we could just remove the crystal from whatever it's situated in, and that might disable the magic.
Well, it is
If it-
larger than Darrakar.
Yeah, it's probably very heavy if it's
Well,
that big.
Let me finish.
Okay.
If it's not, depending on what it's set in, it could be possible to stun shape whatever it's like set into to cause it to just topple out.
I've got a question for the magic users, and it might connect in with what Ockar said. But a couple of questions. Number one is, can we use dispel magic on the crystal to disable it for a while?
Yeah.
And if that's so, how long would dispel magic last for? And the second thing is, given what Ockar was asking about, can we shrink the crystal down so that it's easier to pick up or lever out or whatever?
I can't see why not.
I mean, obviously it might have resistance against.
Dispel magic if it's rendering a magical item in there, and that's 1d4 rounds.
Oh, that's not very long, is it?
I don't think. I think something like Lankas' reduce spell could work on it. I don't think there's anything saying it can't work on magical items. It'd probably get a saving throw, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you do dispel magic on it and then shrink it down, then it will just work. Like, the reduce will just work, at least until the dispel magic is gone.
How big or heavy is it like to be? Is it something that Braxon can lift up and throw off the top of the roof?
For all intents and purposes, if it's spelled and then shrunk, it won't be in its proper place when it resizes, because it'll fall down.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Well, and if it's held in place by magic, the dispel magic would eliminate that, and it would just fall to whatever platform is beneath it.
And presumably, after
be in the same
falls
place.
and it hits the rocky ground below real hard, it'll shatter, supposedly.
Maybe. Not every crystal will shatter on a drop, and it depends on how far it is.
Yeah.
If it's on the 10th floor and we set it falling 10 stories...
Well, that assumes that the tower is hollow.
I thought we were going to, like, pick it up and, like, toss it over the edge of the tower, since it's at the very top.
Well, and you could do that. I'm just saying, like, if it's held in place by something and you reduce it, whatever is holding it in place, whether it's magic or stone fittings or metal fittings or something like that, can't hold it in place anymore. Because they'd be set for that size. So it's going to drop down to whatever the floor is below it, which the tower might be hollow. Finn couldn't tell. The tower might also not be hollow, in which case it's just like a foot or so, a couple feet. And then, yeah, you could scoop it up and toss it.
Yeah.
I have 3 questions, actually.
All right.
One, my Earth Elemental I could summon could probably destroy it just by hitting the thing.
It might be able to, yeah.
2, does
now,
the
one
Spelljammer
real fast, you definitely would not be able to summon it up there.
Yeah, no, I would have to.
Yeah. You'd have to bring it up to it.
Second one is about the Spelljammer spell, Debris Barrier. Does this work on a planet?
No, it does not work in an atmosphere.
Alright, it did say it's effective in wild space, floodstone, and atmosphere-like, but I assume that's in space, flying.
Yeah, I would assume, like, I don't think that's going to work in a planetary atmosphere. It would work in a ship air envelope.
No, it's fine. The theory was basically the core lightning makes a load of debris and I animate it. Fine. That's and then the third one. Oh god, I forgot now. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can remember in a minute. I can't remember now.
Oh, whoa, ow. What was that?
How? I'm looking at the rainbow spell. I've got it on a scroll, and I can do 120 yards. How high up the tower would that get? Obviously, that's in. I'm
I
just
would assume
thinking
120
very-
yards.
How tall is the tower?
You're not sure. 7 to
Probably.
10, 7 to 10 floors.
All right. Well, floor could be like 10 foot or something.
Yes.
So it's a good chance he'll get at least the majority, if not all the way up, depending on where I anchor it from.
Yes.
Uh,
But it would not be able to go through the wind. The wind would have to be down first.
I didn't. Sorry, I'm answering Big Man. I didn't hear anything. That might have been me.
Yeah, it was you. It was you. I don't know what it was.
Didn't know,
but...
I didn't know what it was. What I did. I was typing on my keyboard. I was typing in 120 for some reason because the yards. I had to visualize it. Maybe I'm not my microphone. Sorry. It's on the stand, but I was leaning over to look at the monitor.
I mean, it's happened. I don't know. Like,
Doesn't matter now.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's because you put out. I felt bad about it. No, yeah, no. I was just thinking if we get rid of the air barrier, then obviously I might be able to create an easier path for the dwarves to get into the middle of the tower rather than.
Yes, you could definitely use it for that. If the wind barrier is down.
Although it is only a 3 foot wide.
It would be like, yeah, I mean that would be a single
file.
column. Yeah, single file up there. But so you would want to like secure the anchor site. Like you would want to have warriors there already.
Yeah, that was my questions.
Okay, so like the question now is like you've got another day to travel to the campsite. Then you'll have 2 days to figure out things, either scout, plan, whatever. But it's a good idea to start coming up with either plans, at least plans for scouting or plans for doing the thing, doing the job.
I want to get up close while invisible and do some close range scouting.
Okay.
Not into the tower because of the wind.
I understand. I understand.
All right, just making that clear.
Okay, so do you guys just want to camp for the night and then get ready to move on to the next campsite and make decisions there?
Yeah, I mean, I only have
think
one
so.
more material component for vacancy,
Okay.
by the way.
What is the component?
It's a black silk cloth worth 100 gold.
Ah, okay. Then yeah, you might want to
my-
be, like decide how you want to use it, and if you want to decide not to use it this night, I'm okay with that. If you want to change your mind.
I do have black silk cloth gloves, but I don't think anyone's a tailor to patch it into a whole silk cloth.
Well, it also has to be a certain value.
Oh yeah.
Are you good with it being cast this night? Already?
I mean,
Let's save it for the.
I mean,
closer
like, if
one.
you have limited numbers of them, I'm okay with retconning slightly to get that back.
yeah, because I didn't know we'd get like much closer. So,
Do you want to retcon that?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So dwarves will be on watch. If you guys want to be on watch too, you can do so.
Yeah.
But you'd need to decide on a watch schedule, or you could just use the one that you used for using the spyglass.
Go for the last one.
Okay.
I can go for the first.
Wait, are you going? Do you mean go for the last schedule or go for the last watch, Braxon?
Go for the previous schedule.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So Braxon, then Ingritha, then Darrakar, then Lem.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Anything
those
anyone else wants to
spellcasts.
do for camping or do overnight?
What do you think, Finn? Do you think it's worth investing in some good berries if we find some trees? I mean, they are pretty useful. I'll have another chance to change our spells again.
He said he had to step away, I think.
Oh, wow. Wait for him to get back in.
Do you have any berries though?
No, that's what I mean, to scout to find some.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Not really. Spend like an hour around camp, see if we can find some. If you don't find some, you don't find some.
It's also very poor foliage area up here in the mountain.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I forgot about that. Never mind. Get that idea. Keep forgetting we're in like
It's
a
not a bad
mountainous...
idea. It's not a
Yeah, I
bad
forget the
idea, but
environment we're in.
it's not a bad idea. But we could have spent the journey here looking for berry bushes.
So Finn, yeah, exactly what you said. It's pretty poor foliage. Not much that's going to be making berries in this area.
And the season, they tend to be summer, autumn fruits.
Yeah, there's berries in spring too, but
Yeah. Be rather.
okay.
Braxon will like to spend about, I don't know, about an hour, half an hour at some point while people are preparing spells.
So the morning.
Praying, yeah, probably in the morning.
Okay,
yeah.
let's hold off until morning for morning stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
That's okay. All right. Okay. So the night is uneventful, although those on watch will definitely report that they did see Final in the air. Whether they don't believe your camp was spotted, but it's entirely possible that the Final patrol did not make any kind of sign of noticing you. Like they may have just flown by, continued flying, and gone back to report, kind of thing.
How far up are they for the infravision?
Outside of infravision range.
So it would have to be natural sight.
Yes.
It's a very... No, in my... Well, there are donkeys. Donkeys not exactly too quiet, are
At night they are. I mean, they sleep.
they?
Okay. But other than that, the night is uneventful. So the next morning, you guys can wake up, get your spells memorized, and things like that. Braxon, you said that you wanted to do something in the morning?
Oh, yeah. Just spending a bit of time praying to Thar because he's going to smash a rather nice-looking tower up and maybe
Not
destroy
everything's nice looking, no?
nice-looking gemstone. Well, it's a lot of effort was put into building the thing.
Well, so it's not a gemstone. It's a crystal.
Okay.
It's uncut.
Sorry, crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like magical craftsmanship probably went into it, but not much normal craftsmanship. Not like gem working.
Stupid question. If it's uncut,
Yeah, the thought crossed my mind as well. As like
does that mean Lafdul can do a gem cutting roll
I was gonna
to,
say,
to
that
break
definitely
it
went
in
through my
half?
head.
So you could try. Finn doesn't know what kind of crystal it is. Different crystals, break in different directions and stuff like that. And it's entirely possible that the magic is reinforcing it, things like that. But yeah, I mean, gem cutting could certainly help you if you want to find the line of cleavage in it, and get a chisel, get a big hammer, and start trying to crack it apart that way. It absolutely could work in that regard.
Nice.
Especially if it's rendered non-magical as well, it will lose its magical.
Yes.
Body.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, gem cutting does definitely give you knowledge and understanding of the natural cleavage lines of crystals.
Alright, yeah. You just need a big chisel and picks and stuff.
I mean, a hammer and a sharp chisel, that would work. At least from your understanding of what you know of it so far.
Lafdul looks as his tools are tiny compared to that.
Well, right, but I mean, like, you could also direct someone else, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, if we could find like a stonemason's chisel.
Let me look up.
And a small chisel, you might be able to break other parts.
Yeah. But you gotta just destroy it enough to no longer function, so.
Right.
Yeah, we've got
Not
some.
entirely.
We got some climbing equipment, didn't we? That's attached to the
Yeah,
tree.
I got pitons, pythons, whatever you want to call them.
I mean, and if you want to, make do with other things that are not the best tools for the job, it's just talking about penalties. But yeah, you can keep that in mind.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
got another.
Braxon's got the stick of many buttons at waxing. So if you told me whack it there,
Yeah.
and I press the button and it whacks it there.
Whack when my finger's pointing, but don't whack the finger.
Sorry, I didn't wait for the end of the sentence. But it'll regenerate.
It depends which finger I was pointing with. It's on this left
That would be a
hand,
hilarious time to redeem a critical fumble.
Oh no.
I think I said that critical fumbles were for the monsters. Yeah. One of the monsters the players are facing has critically fumbled their attack. Doesn't work on the players.
I mean, the party members think I'm a monster half the time.
I didn't want viewers to be jerks to you guys. The point is that those are supposed to help you. All right, so you pray to Ptah, Braxon, and everyone else gets their spells rememorized and everything. Anything anyone wants to do before you set out?
I'm casting Break Camp to cover up our tracks. Lafdul.
And we're not going for the actual building today, right?
No, this is going to be the further away, safer campsite, and then from that point, you guys will decide on other, on what you want to do for the next 2 days before the Dwarven army arrives.
Okay.
And you said the next campsite's potentially not as good cover.
No, the next one, if you're going to the 4-hour away one, that's 4 hours
sorry.
away from the tower.
Alright, so this one's good then.
Yeah. And at this point, one of the dwarves with you is going to be sent back as a messenger to let the Dwarven army know what's going on, like what your progress is, how well you've done, what you've done so far, any information that you've discovered about, the tower defenses, all the stuff that you know so far.
I'm going to cast Secret Guardian on that dwarf, so I have it memorized.
Okay.
If that dwarf dies, then we'll have to send another one.
Okay.
I just put random dwarf. Well, not random dwarf.
Yeah.
Scout party dwarf.
Yeah, scout dwarf.
Scout and like another.
Or messenger
gonna
dwarf.
last.
Put messenger dwarf. And Baller will tell you that he's going to be sending back another one the next day.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
But he's going light, just with his basic equipment, enough food and water to get him to the Dwarven army. And you guys begin to travel yourselves. And again, like another reason why it's taking so long to get to the tower is that you could probably get to the tower a lot faster if you didn't care if you were spotted. But you were specifically going through the rough terrain, trying to hide your presence as much as possible. So, like, if you have two choices, one is more concealed but way longer, that's the one you're taking, kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Can we? Are you going to allow us to use an item at Solas, i.e., that divination tool? See if we could ascertain the safest route to the towers as a destination.
Like, safest is always going to be the one that's most obvious, like that's most visible, because those are safer routes. The dwarves are very like the dwarves are good. Like these dwarves were specifically chosen because they know how to travel in mountainous terrain.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
So you're like the danger of like falling and stuff like that is basically negligible with them with you. That's why I haven't been doing checks for falling and stuff like that. Go ahead, Braxon.
Question for Lankas. Have we waited long enough for you to try another go at scrying? Would we want to use the spyglass to look at someone and then use
I mean,
scry on them?
I'm gonna tell you that I don't know how long is safe.
Okay.
But I'll give it another go this
You're
morning.
pretty sure that once a day is the minimum.
Yeah, okay.
As
Then I'll
opposed to
try
like
again.
once a week.
You wanna? Suggestion.
Yeah.
You go spider climb up a tree.
The
spyglass.
trees are barely taller than Darrakar.
I keep forgetting we're not in a forest. I don't know why. I've got my head fixated in the forest.
This is like barren mountains. I don't know what else I can do. Like zoom out on this map, and this is like see no plant life.
Look at the map because I have my character screen open all the time.
Well, just like
Yeah.
minimize it and zoom out. Look at where you are. Like there is nothing.
If he wants
There's
to get
practically
higher,
nothing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he wants to get higher, he can spider climb up the hill, but he might get spotted.
I want to borrow my boots of levitation and just float up.
Okay. So
again, he could get spotted.
Do you if you just want him to spy from on the tower with the spyglass? That's what you want.
It's just to see if he can see anyone.
Well, you said he has to see someone to scry on them, didn't you?
Yeah, but he saw someone the other day too.
Oh, can he still scry on the same guy?
He can still scry on that person. He can scry on that.
Well,
he can scry on that person until he dies.
Okay, all right.
It's just a low chance. But
okay,
using a spyglass now, since you're closer, might give him a better chance.
Okay, all right. We'll have a look.
It's up to him. It's up to him how he wants to do.
If you're up for it, and if you can see someone, then yeah, go for it. Braxon will lend Lankas his spyglass.
Pick your poison.
So Lankas, it's entirely up to you. What do you want to do?
I mean, I can just like creep up to a hill and take a look, and if no one's there, then I'll just scry with what I got.
I mean, do you want to use a spyglass?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can like creep up to like a nearby hill and just like see if I can see someone, and then sneak back down. And then if I didn't, I'll just go with what I got.
Okay. All right. Are you taking any additional precautions with the spyglass and your positioning?
I want to borrow my ring of invisibility.
Oh, just let him.
Well, I was about to say I'm just gonna cast invisibility.
Okay. All right.
Right. So then there's no risk of the spyglass being spotted.
Yes.
Because that'd be invisible as well. Can he use a spyglass while he's invisible though?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Because the spyglass would be invisible, so you wouldn't get the magnification.
It just drops it. Oh, yeah.
But that still brings up the question of the reflection on the.
I've got the camouflage spell. You want me to cast that onto you?
The problem is possible reflection on the lens. Camouflage isn't going to help with that.
No, but he could use an illusion, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, he's an illusionist. Make a minor illusion.
The issue is it can't hide things unless I'm doing something that's that does invisibility.
It can appear as someone else.
Yes.
Okay, so here's an example. You have a torch. He could cast an illusion over the torch to make it look like a sword, but it's still going to, generate that light.
Okay.
So it wouldn't then create a dark room. Like if you go into a windowless room with a torch and you cast an illusion on the torch to make it look like a sword, the room is still lit up as if the torch was there because it is still there. It just looks like a sword. You may not understand where the light is coming from.
Okay. Well,
so
in that
can't
case,
hide things that exist.
In that case, Braxon would advise Lankas to find a place where he can put the spyglass and himself in a shadow of a rock or something, so that the sunlight isn't going to bounce off the end of the spyglass.
And Lankas, you are good at optics.
Yes.
Give me an engineering check, please.
Okay.
What is this glass working proficiency? Is it lens making or something?
Engineering or glass blowing?
I would go with engineering because you're thinking
gonna
more
come back,
about you're thinking about the angles of the light. Okay. Because you are optics, I was giving you a bonus to that, and that is just enough. So you do find a good spot to do that. You're pretty confident that you're not going to be noticed.
Okay.
I thought he was going to come back. I've improved your spyglass for you. It now folds in half.
Okay, so Lankas, you do find a spot to do that from that you think minimizes the chance of any kind of reflection. And you can see some more figures moving around. Because you're closer, it is more obvious that they are final. You can see their wings and stuff like that. They are still keeping to the shadows. But how long are you willing to watch?
Like I said, not very long. Just maybe like 5 minutes.
Okay. And let me
see if I can find someone, focus on them a little bit better.
Okay. In that time, you do see someone who comes enough out of the shadow that you can see their face. So now you can picture them when you use the crystal ball.
Okay. Okay.
So you want to return to the party and do that?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a D100, please. Okay. All right. So, you are now able to see through in that crystal ball the formerly murky image that it generated the day before is very clear now, and you can see this final walking, and with just a few minutes of observation, you can tell that he is essentially on a patrol route. He is walking along the exterior, keeping an eye on things. How long are you willing to watch through this the crystal ball?
If I can see, I'd like to see his whole patrol route, but if it goes much past, I forget, is it like every minute or every like 10 minutes that it gets worse?
You're not really sure.
Okay.
But you do know that the more familiar you are with the subject, the longer you can view.
Yeah. I'll go until I get the smallest inkling of a headache and then stop.
Okay. Okay.
Or until he starts to notice, or until he starts to look around in a weird way.
Right. All right. So, let me actually do some checks for that. Lots of dice are going to come up on the screen for the viewers. Okay, so you begin monitoring him, and he's definitely making a circuit of one of the promenades. And this appears to be the lower one because there are columns on the outside. And let me see what the chances. Okay. And you watch for a bit. You do notice him go to a door, and open it. And let me describe to you what you see at that point. Give me just a second. Okay, so he goes to a door and opens it and enters. It's momentarily kind of difficult to see what's going on because he's clearly just entered, a much dimmer area. But it then clears up, and you can see that he's walking on a raised platform, and overlooking below is open area. You realize that at least on this kind of central level, he's not looking up, so you're not sure what's there. On the central area, there is, like, you're not seeing through his eyes, but you're kind of looking down at him. It's very open at these mid levels of the tower. And you can see that there is actually a bridge going over from one side to the other, but that's not where he's going. He is actually going to a stairway that then goes down further into the tower. As he's going down that stairway, you do see him stop and begin to look around in confusion.
And immediately.
Okay.
But that's enough information.
All right. So, any questions that you have about things that you might have observed that I didn't describe to you? Things that you might have tried to observe or anything like that?
How big was was the drop on the inside? Did it look like it went all the way to the base?
So there were multiple interior levels. So there was an area that you could definitely drop multiple floors.
Is that like the equivalent to like a fireman's pole, like for them to go up and down really quickly?
You would actually, that's, because they have wings, it's open enough that, yeah, pretty clearly, there's stairs and stuff like that, but they could definitely fly between levels that way, at least from what you could see.
Okay. That's actually good information. That means if we do get noticed, we can get swarmed pretty quickly.
It's also a way of getting around the tower as well for us.
That's true. If we fly, we can get around real easily.
And you could also see, in addition to the one tower on the level that he was on when he entered, there was another tower. There was another bridge. Did I say tower? I meant bridge. The bridge on the level that he was on. There was another bridge on the level below as well.
Okay.
So it both ways to walk from one side of the other to, without flying, but also people could fly up and down on the interior, but also there's ways to, just walk places.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, I'll let everyone know kind of the interior. So we can
Okay.
run that a little bit better. It's good to know.
Yeah. I get the.
I mean, does anyone else have any questions about things that he might have spotted or seen?
I'm thinking if we could make like a massive updraft in that tunnel, if they start swarming us, they all just get flung up to the ceiling.
I actually do have another question about how many. Like, did he pass a lot of other final, or did it seem kind of barren?
It seemed kind of quiet. There were a few others, maybe half a dozen others total. Some were out on the patrol on the parapet. You'd actually guess with him going inside, it was probably the end of his shift. And there were a few inside. Given that they're nocturnal, you think that this is the equivalent of their nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So,
Make a note of what
one other
time of
question
day.
about how long did it take for him to make a circuit of the tower?
He didn't make a full circuit. He actually, you would say that he was out there for about 5 minutes before he came in, and he was definitely like observing. He did speak to someone else, and now upon reflection, you think that this was like a shift changeover. He's like, "Here's what I have to report." Now with you taking my place on watch.
Okay.
Well, that location seems to be where their potential barracks or sleeping arrangement is.
Well, he went inside and started heading down, so we don't know if it's on the bottom floor or somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, it's not at the top. Put it that way.
That's actually a good point.
I mean, you do like could reasonably assume that you know, like it may get you know, like the more powerful people are up at the top and the less powerful people are at the bottom. If you're a flying race, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds silly. Can an earth elemental siege tower effectively by attacking it like a siege weapon?
Yeah, it can start smashing the walls.
Right. Just considering options. That's all.
Anyone else have any questions about what he saw? Things that he might have noticed?
How well built is the tower from the inside?
How
well's the craftsmanship?
It's very well crafted.
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize it a bit. Was there anything attached to the stone on the top from underneath?
Like something holding up the bridge?
Yeah. Or
no,
something
it was
like
freestanding.
a lightning conductor that connects to it, that feeds energy into it or takes energy out of it or something.
You mean the crystal?
Yeah, the crystal, sorry. Yeah.
He didn't see anything about the crystal from the from his scrying, from the crystal ball.
Sorry. Just the bridge. Okay.
Yeah. And it was freestanding. The bridge was freestanding. Given Lankas what you know before, the architecture felt like the design work felt elven.
Interesting.
And was that inside the tower?
Yes.
Right. Oh, so you mean like a bit like a spiral staircase inside a lighthouse or something?
There were staircases because he started to go down before he stopped and kind of detected the scrying, but it is fairly open in what he saw, what Lankas saw.
Right.
Which you'd guess, based on what you saw, you think that was the 4th level.
Right.
Lankas.
Okay.
About halfway up.
Does Lankas think the floors are like partly see-through?
No, the floors are solid. It's just there's open air in the tower, at least at that level, those levels.
Right.
I've got a question for next session, but I know Solas would ask this, so I'm going to ask it for him. Does it look like a shatter spell would work on it?
On the
I know
tower?
he has that. On the gem.
Maybe.
Crystal.
It's a crystal.
All right.
If Shatter works on crystals, then it would work. Now, it might have some protections against that kind of thing.
Yeah.
and it's obviously magical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that is something that you could try.
Worth the risk.
He's the only one that has access to that anyway, so I'm just trying to think things that he might have thought of as well.
Yep.
So. And lightning belt and answer disruption and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, all of these things are going to be try.
All right, no one has any other questions about the about what Lankas saw
No.
on the crystal ball?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that does help a bit.
Well
Yeah.
done for being able to scry.
Okay.
Don't pick up a bad habit.
So, then you guys will get underway to the next campsite. And let's see. Okay. It is uneventful, but you are definitely getting a lot closer to the tower now. But you do make it to the second campsite without anything obvious. Now, given the fact that the final are nocturnal, you would kind of realize that if they did notice you, they might wait until nightfall to come out and see.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
We'll start looking for the group, but I've been trying to cover our tracks. So
All right. So, what do you want to do at the next campsite for setting up when you get there?
Loire will do another quick campsite. It's still not as good. It's only 15 people's worth, and he will do the usual brazier thing. So
Okay.
So, how well how strong is the cooking smells?
You're far enough away, although they will go up. So if someone flies above you, they might smell it.
Yeah, I would advise the dwarves not to cook. I mean, yeah, you have heat, but they might
Then you
smell it.
probably don't want to use it at all.
Yeah.
If it's not for cooking, it's not like it's
heat,
cool at
that's
night.
what I
It's
thought.
cool, right? But it's cool at night. But the dwarves have blankets,
Right.
and I assume you
I don't
guys do
wanna
too.
Encourage.
I mean, it's fine to feel that you're too close. That's fine.
No, I do. Considering this is like a semi-military group, so
Yeah. So like,
they would understand not to.
yeah,
jeopardize.
this campsite is about a 4-hour trip to the tower from this point.
Yeah.
So you are pretty close.
I mean, I could do it. Loire could do it before we go to camp. You know, you can cook things, but before night time turns up.
That's not gonna help too much because the smell is still gonna be there.
It should dissipate over time.
It will dissipate over time, yes, but it also goes up.
Yeah.
All right, forget that. It's fine.
Okay, so you set up camp again at the safer campsite that Finn found, and the next morning, Baller will tell you. Baller will tell you that he's going to dispatch another messenger the next morning. It's not going to be the next morning. But is there anything anyone wants to do in preparation for the night?
I'm going to cast another Sacred Guardian. I'm taking the Sacred Guardian every day.
Okay.
So if one of them gets attacked, then I know our time's going to be limited, basically.
In the in the morning, you're going to do that, right?
Yeah, before he goes.
Yeah. I'm talking about the night. What do you want to do at the night?
Go on.
No. I've done my preparation spells.
All right, Braxon.
Is there a good place where we're camping where Braxon can use the spyglass to get a good view of whether people are coming at the tower and coming towards us?
Not without exposing yourself, unfortunately. The campsite's very good at hiding the camp.
Yeah.
But that's because of an overhang. You'd probably expose yourself to go out and use a spyglass. Now, if you have ways to get around that, You could try something, or you could take the risk anyway.
I'm thinking of trying to improvise something that covers over the end of the spyglass.
I was thinking about doing actual scouting, like actually polymorphing myself. I don't know how. I got 3 hours, and obviously it would literally be to there and get back, because probably the spell will be wearing halfway up by that point if it's 4 hours.
Okay,
Well, that's
if you
4
wanna do
hours.
that-
That's 4 hours of walking along rough terrain. If you wanted to fly, it would be a lot faster.
Yeah, but it's less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
One way. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it would.
All right, I'm up for doing some scouting.
Is this scouting the evening that you camp? Which it'll actually be more like late afternoon to camp.
I'll be doing invisibly, but actually doing a more detailed count of numbers, patrol routes, how long, etc., etc. I would like to borrow the Pella when I get back, because I'll be cutting into my memorization time, but this is something I would like to do for the party.
3 hours wouldn't cut into that too much, actually. Because again, like, you're going to be camping late afternoon.
All right, yeah, no.
Because you went to a campsite that is further away from the tower, rather than one that was closer to the tower, so you saved some travel time this day. But if you want to like set out immediately to do some scouting, you can, but it will be late afternoon, so you could also choose to scout at a different time if you want.
Oh, I'm going to come back and go sleep.
Okay.
Basically. Anyone want to come with if they've got their own means of egress and invisibility? I mean, I could lend them my ring and just make my granted power to make myself invisible, so I could, if they've got their own polymorph.
I could come on the fly, but I can't make myself invisible.
I don't think making your I don't think the ring makes your fly invisible. It just makes you invisible.
Correct. You would need a separate invisibility for the fly.
Okay, fair enough.
The Lankas or Sealan want to come with? It's a scouting trip, basically.
I'll go. I'll take a raptor form again.
You want to borrow my ring? I can use my granted power, but I don't know. Do you think you'll be good?
I think it'll be better if I don't know, keep it smaller. I won't go along. I don't know why. I just feel like it'll be better.
Should be fine. I blend in, so.
Oh, I'll keep it for myself then.
Okay, so while the camp is being set up, Finn and Lafdul are going to go scouting.
I have 2 telepathies memorized, so I can cast one as we leave and maybe one somewhere else.
Okay. Just keep that in mind, because it is about time to wrap up. Rather than getting a full scouting in.
No, you can. Yeah. Next. So.
But the time in between sessions will definitely give you an idea of things that you want to specifically look for. Again, keep in mind that this is late afternoon. It's not going to be full night by the time you get back. So yes, they're not going to be active. You're not going to see a patrol leave in that time.
I also need to make sure I find my way back. So I actually need to study some of the terrain.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm not Finn. I can't just know my way.
Yeah, but Finn will also be with you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because I could just follow the random raven.
I'm not too concerned about it. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Okay. All right. Anyone have anything else that they want to do or get stated before wrapping up?
Nope.
Yeah, well, I said about going out with the spyglass and kind of got a little bit derailed. I will look to find some things, a rock backpack that can give me a bit of shadow to hide the spyglass in, so I can find somewhere to hunker down.
Okay. All right. So you will look for a spot to use the spyglass from.
Yeah, and I'll try and get down low. Probably when they go flying off, about the same time. and see if I can see anybody moving about.
You know what's funny? You could always turn my head back as they were flying off to see how much of a glare or reflections coming off Braxon.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because it depends on your positioning. You might not be in the
Yeah.
right position. Like, it might be visible to you, but no one in the tower.
Yeah. And if the sun
Okay.
or moon moves across the sky, then a place where Braxon picks where he's not making
Yeah.
a reflection might not be so good when the moon moves a bit.
Right, and the spot you pick here in the afternoon, evening is not necessarily going to be the spot you want to use in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that, we will be wrapping up. So you guys will have 2 days to make plans, make scouting, make preparations, and then the Dwarven army will be arriving on the morning of the third day, ready to fight.
3 days of rations we've used, right?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've already spotted the signs of the Dwarven army, some dust and stuff in the distance back towards where they would be coming out of the mountain. So you can tell that they're on their way.
Yeah, it does take a few days to travel, so
Yeah,
but if we can
and
see
longer
them-
for them than you. Although they don't need to conceal their passage because there's nothing they can do to conceal their passage.
Yeah, nothing's going to take on an army other than another army.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we will be wrapping up here. XP wise, everyone is going to get 350 experience points. Except Lankas, you get 500 experience points.
Mm.
Oh, actually,
It's a
Finn,
divide, I
you
like it.
also get 500 experience points.
Okay. I think I missed how much experience I got.
350.
350? Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
And
Okay, I need to run here
Anghammarand,
real quick. See you guys later.
Anghammarand is given a reroll to Lafdul.
Oh, thank you, Anghammarand.
There we go.
Like I said, I need to run here. I'll see you guys later.
See you later, Arca.
Okay.
Anyone going up a level?
Not quite yet.
I mean, Laura
Okay.
would if
No.
he could, but you know, he's one away.
All right.
Oh,
Well, when we come back next time, the party will begin to get their plans in order and get their scouting going to see what they can figure out with this tower. I want to thank you guys for playing, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. Thanks, Anghammarand, for those bits. Really do appreciate it. And we shall see you next time. See you then,
Thanks
everyone.
for the game.
Yep.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks for the
For the
game.
game.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game.